Detailed or extended summary of one act play Say the Right Thing by G.C. Thornley. Setting: the play takes place in the Shaw family's living room. It's a social setting where good manners and polite conversation are expected. The story revolves around Mary Shaw, a teenage girl, and her attempts to converse properly with guests. Characters are Mary Shaw, a young girl, well meaning but outspoken and awkward in conversation. Mrs. Shaw, Mary's mother, who wants to impress the guest and make sure Mary behaves properly. Mrs. Hadding, a visitor, the wife of a rich man. Mrs. Lee, another visitor, sister to Mrs. Hadding's husband. Plot summary. Introduction. The play begins with Mrs. Shaw preparing her daughter Mary to receive important visitors. She instructs Mary on proper etiquette. Be polite, make small talk, avoid saying anything rude, try to impress the guest with good manners. Mary, however, insists she already knows how to behave and needs no instructions. Rising action. When the guests, Mrs. Hadding and Mrs. Lee, arrive, Mary attempts to engage them in conversation, but things go wrong quickly. Mary's first mistake. She assumes Mrs. Hadding has children and says no so confidently. Mrs. Hadding corrects her, saying she has no children. This creates discomfort. Second blunder. Mary speaks negatively about banks and bankers, calling them selfish and boring, unaware that Mrs. Hadding's husband is a banker and that Mrs. Lee is his sister. Mrs. Lee's face shows she is offended. Third mistake. Mary makes fun of old fashioned hats and large dogs. Mrs. Hadding is wearing an old fashioned hat and owns a large dog, which she mentions with pride. Mary tries to cover up by saying it was someone else's opinion, but the damage is done. Further embarrassment. Mary speaks against people who hunt and ride horses, calling them cruel or silly. Mrs. Lee says her brother, Mrs. Hadding's husband, enjoyed those hobbies. Mary says she doesn't like fashionable men. Mrs. Hadding says her husband is known to be very fashionable. Climax. By now, Mrs. Shaw is trying hard to rescue the conversation and repair the situation. Mary is clearly unaware of how many times she has insulted the guest, though she believes she is doing a good job. When the guests decide to leave, Mary wants to use polite words to ask them to stay longer. However, she says the exact opposite of what she intends. Oh, what you stay? Oh, must you stay? Can't you go? A final blow to all attempts at courtesy and politeness. Conclusion. The play ends on this humorous and iconic note. Mrs. Shaw is embarrassed, the guests are clearly displeased, and Mary, though well meaning, has utterly failed to say the right thing. Themes: good manners versus blunt honesty. The play explores the delicate balance between honesty and politeness in social situations. Social expectations. It shows how people try to impress others in society and how easily things can go wrong. Generational gap. Mary's bluntness contrasts with her mother's emphasis on tradition and politeness. Humor through miscommunication. The comedy comes from Mary's lack of awareness and the awkward situations she creates. Tone and style. The tone is light, humorous, and ironic. The style is conversational, making it easy for students and readers to follow. The humor is situational, built on Mary's misunderstandings and social blunders.